So what we are saying now as Rasta, we are saying, you're going people, remember your great legacy, you know, your history, you know, you before slavery were great people doing great things and setting great example. We were like the light of the world. So the fighting against each other, it's we must cut it out, stop it. Focus that energy on building and uplifting the brother, uplifting the sister. You know? Yeah, man. That's what that song is all about.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of this Reggae Music Show. This is saRas, your host, and today's guest is Warrior King. Greetings, Rasta.
Rastafari, greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Selassie the First, you know, the conquering of the tribe of Judah. Bless the love, Sarah, bless the love.
Yes,
everyone, you know, bless the love.
Thanks for the time. I really, really appreciate it, you know. Yeah, man. Admiring your music from long time, you know. Yes,
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sure. So let's talk about, if you like, to tell us about Warrior King before Warrior King, like when you were a child, where you from, what you know, what was your life as a child?
Well, I grew up, all right. I was born in Kingston, Jubilee Hospital in Kingston. But you know, my father is originally from Clarendon, a parish. You must know Jamaica.
Yeah, that's
it's a parish called Clarendon, in a community called Sanganity, that's up below Spaldings and above Frankfield. So me grew up about the age maybe as a little youth. We grew up as a country youth, you know. Wake up in the morning, we feed the chickens, we have goats. Each one, it was 3 of us at the time. You know, for my mother and father, it's 3 of us, 3 boys. So I'm the second one. So each of us, we have a goat. You know, my goat, the name Rambo. You know, I name him after the movie, you know, the Rambo movie.
Yes,
so, you know, so I grew up with, as a little country with a little farm, and my father had a bar and like a grocery store. Still have it the same way. You know, we plant a lot of yam on the back and oranges and ginger. You name it, dasheen, cocoa, all those things. Lychee, guinea, you know, all them things. I was growing like a farm, you know. Yeah, so that's how we grew up as a country youth. And then about at the age of about 9, 10, I moved from Sanganity to a place called Portmore, a place called Waterford in Portmore. So that's where I grew up, you know, and it was a big change for me because when I moved to Kingston, because I was from the rural part of from country, so my accent was kind of funny. So I went to Kingston. I would start go to school. A lot of people used to meme with me based upon my accent, you know, because it was deep country, you know. So could they where I come from, you know? So when we talk in the class, when teacher introduced me as a new student and we start talking, everybody start laughing, you know. I can remember that, you know. And the thing about it, my mother, they put me in a barefoot pants, you know, so they used to gimmicks me a lot, you know, at school until everybody get used to me after a while. And, you know, so we grew up in a farm. As a youth, we grew up in a country where you couldn't pass somebody and say good morning, good evening, good afternoon. You couldn't whistle in front of a big person. But when you come to Portmore, it was kind of different because when you pass somebody and say good morning, I say, where you know me from? You understand? It was kind of different, a different type of culture, even though it's in Jamaica. So we grew up as a normal youth and we go to school and primary school, Waterford Primary School, that's in Portmore. Then we go Independent City Alley School, that's in Portmore, same way. Then we leave from there and go St. Andrew Technical High School. That's where the music starts for me, you know, really. But, you know, that's where we say, all right, we used to patronize Bounty Killer, you know, so that's how it started.
I heard that story. That's quite funny.
So my first entertainer, my first artist name was Bounty Jr. because I used to idolize Bounty Killer at the time. You know, still have a lot of respect for him. So that's how we started out, you know. And we used to like with DJ at school, any concert I keep at school, they would always call upon me. We used to do a lot of talent shows around in Kingston, like tasty talent shows, and a lot of them we do auditions. Sometimes we never pass the audition, but you know, we never give up and we still pushing. At one point, as my name changed to Junior King, and I was a duo with a youth called Liquor Blacks. He's now called Persistence. So I used to be like a duo, you know. So we used to go studio and record. Like we used to record for Cockatee and do some recording for some other people like Nico and a person named Marley. I don't remember his first name, but I know his last name was Marley. So like Bob Marley, you know.
Your first recording was actually as a duo.
Yeah, it was a duo. The first time I recorded, but under the name Junior King. I wasn't called Warrior King at the time.
Is there anything out there for people to find?
I think a song for Anna. I don't remember the name of the label. It's a song called Love to See the Girls Everywhere We Go by myself and Liquor Blacks. But he's now called Persistence. I'm Warrior King now. So I got the name Warrior King to being around Frisco Kid. You know, maximum respect to Frisco Kid. Very good artist, very good human being, you know. So he was the one who started calling me Warrior, and everybody just starts a Warrior King because I was already a king, but a junior king. But Frisco Kid, Ancient Monarchy, being around him through Freshfoot, that's my original manager at the time. He was the one who connected me with Frisco Kid and he gave me the name Warrior. So from that Warrior King and we just move with it. You know, kind of Jah work mysteriously, you know?
True. So what kind of style of music were you doing like when you were thinking with the next bedroom? Was this
we were doing roots music, positive music, you know, but them time we sit up on the dancehall rhythm a lot, you know, like the dancehall rhythm more than even the one drop rhythm. So when we started out, I'm saying Bounty Junior, so it was more hardcore. Like Garnic Silk, you know, Garnic Silk started out as Bimbo. So Garnic Silk was like a DJ first until within the process of time he found himself and started to sing just like myself. It's a DJ hardcore, the bada rhythm. You know them type of rhythm there? So when I went to studio first as Warrior King, I went to record at Caliber, that's Bobby Digital's son. That's Bobby Digital, may soul rest in peace. I went to record and I rhythm. You know, Cape Town have a song called Kuya Kuya Kuya, where you see with the fire. I went to record that song, I remember. And from that, Caliber said, no, I'm trying to put a different rhythm. My song I'm sing about Empress so divine, ever looking fine. Oh man, you should know you made that song. So that song made me start singing on one job. That song was the song that made me start singing on one job. Cause that song was recorded before Virtuous, but it came out after and the album Virtuous. So that's how it really started out, you know.
So what made you switch your career from duo to solo?
All right. You see, when you do a group thing, sometimes it's not everybody have the same type of discipline. You know what I mean? So sometimes you are working with someone, but they don't see the same vision, they don't have the same drive. So sometimes it kind of causes a little obstacle. So I just because of certain things like, all right, we used to get up every morning and run around came on a Spark. That's a race arse track in Portmore, Waterford, you know. So I used to get up every morning about 5:30 and be up on the track and run because Junior read this sing a song, so if you want to eat, you have a fit.
Yes.
So when me hear that song, I say, I watch me want to eat song, cause them song them say, you have to fit like an athlete to be a great artist. So me get up every morning and run on came on a Spark. And I met Cockatee. And when we met Cockatee, we tell Cockatee say I wasn't by myself, I was with a person, but we do a duo together by the name of Liquor Blacks. So go down there. And then after that, we link up with Bulby, a Fat Eyes label. But we used to go Bulby studio, and every time we check Bulby, he was always busy, so we'd have to go back the following week. And when we go check him next week, we have to go back the following week, and the following week, and the following week. And until the virgin I used to see would get fed up. Him say, yo, but now I go back again, you know. But now I go back again. I go do plumbing with my grandfather, that's Liquor Blacks. But I still went back because when I went back, I met Morgan Heritage, and I did a recording for Morgan Heritage, a song called Rasta Come Together People. I don't remember if I was Junior King at the time. I was Warrior King, you know. But I remember I recorded a song with Morgan Heritage, and that was a major opportunity for me. So them things are why we split as a group. We have different we were disciplined different way, and we have a different focus, you know.
Course,
but you know, maximum respect to Liquor Blacks and which time and Persistence, you know.
Big him up same way, you know.
Yeah, I feel big him up, man.
For real.
I learned a lot from him. Yes.
So you said first album that was Virtuous Woman.
Yes, Virtuous Woman.
Yes. Was he produced by, if I'm not wrong, by VP or?
No, VP was the executive producer. They were the distributors, really. But the album mostly was produced by Calibod and that Shell and Stewart and the Calibod label. You know, like most of the songs it was an 18-track album. So majority of the songs were produced by Calibod, Shell and Stewart. And then you have producer like Donovan Germain produced a song called Education is the Key on it. I have producer like Goofy, who's now Mr. G, produced a song called Breath of Fresh Air. I have Shabana, who produced a song called Jai is Always There. But apart from those songs, you have Michael Johnson, who produced Virtuous Woman. That's a big song on the album. And also a song called Africa Shall Be Free. But all the other songs were produced by Shell and Calibod Stewart, which were distributed by VP Records. In 2000. That came out in 2002.
Yeah, that album was unbelievable. Like every song, there was a hit song, man.
Yeah, all over the world. Like a big giant album. A lot of people were surprised I didn't win Grammy But you know, me never at that time when I record, we never record for win the Grammy. We just were recording to send a message out and to uplift the people. That was always the aim and still always the aim.
True, true. For real, man. So what was the meditation behind the Virtuous Woman song?
Well, the meditation behind the song is just like it's just give me the inspiration because you know he's a Bible student, you know, because his mother say, if you don't accept the Bible with a clear conscience, you can't offer salvation. So reading the Bible, reading the Proverbs, you know, and talk about a virtuous woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? Because our price is far above rubies and diamonds and pearl. True. And at the same time, we were reading the philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey. So Marcus Garvey was the one who said, no real man can live without a woman, like the night to day, so as a woman to a man. So I took that idea and I created this song. And noting that the coronation of His Majesty was on the 2nd of November 1930. When His Majesty was crowned in Ethiopia in 1930, the significance of that coronation, which is historical, and I have to make a of it, is that most times when an emperor, when an Ethiopian king is being coronated, he's coronated by himself and his wife, or his queen is coronated days after, maybe a week after, or 3 days after. But the emperor, Haile Selassie I, he was coronated the same time with his wife, which made it very, very important. So when I saw that and I studied that and I said in my research, I found that I said, oh, and then His Majesty, women should play equal roles in our day-to-day activities. So that's how the whole inspiration of the song came about, you know. And because the history of the world, people try to blame women for all the wrongs of the world, and I wanted to change that, you know, because I don't believe that. Because mostly I was going by my mom, and my mom is a strong woman, which I love my father very dearly because we're very close. But I was mostly going by my mom because they separated. So I know the strength of a woman. Like Shaggy sing a song. One of my favorite Shaggy songs is like The Strength of a Woman. You know that song?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
For real, man.
With Shaggy. So that song always resonates in my mind. So those are the inspiration. That's the inspiration behind the Virtuous Woman song.
Yeah, man. It was a great
at the same time, Muta Baruka. Yeah, you know, Muta Baruka and Yassa Safari, they had a reason in the paper. They were talking about who is a virtuous woman. So they were debating is that a virtuous is not a woman that never have sex before. The virtue of a woman lies in her character, because a woman can be in and out of many relationships, not because she's a bad person, you know, but the situation, the men are, they're abusive. So she finds herself going in and out of many relationships, but until she finds the perfect person. So the virtue of a woman really lies in character and how she deals with people, how she deals with her king man, how she relates to her family, how she relates to people, even strangers, you know? So that's the whole inspiration behind the song, A Virtuous Woman, definitely.
True, true, true. So talking about your personal self, like when did you came across the whole Rastafari, you know, way of life?
Well, as a youth, you know, from my youth, from I go high school. From I go high school, you know, because, you know, in Jamaica where the Rastafari movement sprang out of, you know, historically, you know, through Leonard Oil. But, you know, in our community, Rasta was everywhere you go. You see Rasta, you hear Rasta music on the radio. You see Rastafari, Virgin and Sistine everywhere you go. And I used to admire them, but, you know, we grew up in the church where we were taught a different way than how the Rastaman and pre things, you know. So I grew up in the Kingdom Hall of a Jehovah's Witness because my mother was very strict. So every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Thursday for Bible study, we compulsory with the Africa to the church or wherever they have the studies, you know. So when we go up with that mindset, you know, we start asking ourselves a lot of questions because we read the Bible, we see Ethiopia, we see certain things where the geographical in Africa, and when we go to church, whenever you hear the pastor, the person who on the altar talk about these things, you know, when you go to school again, the curriculum what them give us, it kind of, the history them give us, you know, all them things that I question myself and where I stand, because I have so much love for the Creator and the Most High that I wanted to know who God is, who's the Creator. So we start up on a quest. I remember when I go to school, they have a youth named Skiller, Buddy and Paul, them youth, they ever talk about Africa, and they talk about Haile Selassie and Marcus Garvey and repatriation to Africa. So those things go with my curiosity. So in my studies now, I start studying the Bible because I start going around the 12th tribe of Israel through Brother Followed. You know, we start studying the Bible and we start get books like the philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey. We start read the utterances of His Majesty and we start put everything together. You know,
so what age were you at that time?
The age I was about let me see, early teenage. I'm telling you, I remember about 16, 17, so. When I see me get the calling and that light in me I burn for know the truth. The truth, I want to know the truth. So about 16, 17, I think, we start. That time before me start relax, we start research and thing. And so there, I find me declare the supreme being in his imperial majesty through my studies. So that's how I got close to the Rastafari faith. That's how I get to become a Rastafari today. All of those questions that I was asking, I could only find the answers amongst the Rastafari brethren and sistren. And when I was introduced to the teachings of His Majesty, and I start researching my life and watching documentaries and all the videos, and I'm very curious. I love to ask questions. So that's how I started the whole Rastafari vibration. That's how it came to me, and it started to reflect in the music that I sing.
Was your family okay with the transition?
No. Mama said, come out of my house. I don't want no Rasta in my house. That's how the song Pagan. The song Never Go Where the Pagans Go. You know that song, Never Go Where the Pagans Go?
Yeah.
It's a letter to my mother,
Oi.
That song is a letter to my mother. I said, Mommy, I never go where the pagans go. I never do what the Eden do. Because Rastafari give her the guidance. Mythology and illusion, Mom, I will always be burning. Corruption and confusion will be thrown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rasta man with your false doctrine, your false teaching, or what I thinking. So that song was really a letter to my mom. And because everybody, when I start site Rastafari, I start eat different, so I lose a lot of weight, and a lot of things I used to do, I stop do. A lot of things I used to come out of my mouth, it sees some happening. I have different discipline. I start keep my Sabbath. I start Rastafari rules and regulation and principles were my guidelines in my life, and the teachings of His Majesty. So a lot of people just say me I get mad. Because my mother is a nurse because she's retired now. So they was a nurse boy, I get mad. So, my father I really accept it, but because I live with my mom, my mother, she put me under extreme pressure. Which I love my mother because pressure make diamonds, So the pressure that my mother put me under bring out greatness out of me. So really give thanks, Really give thanks.
I guess she came around now, right?
Yeah, man, my mother love the vibes. My mother one of my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. She might not fully embrace the Rastafari. She embraced the culture. But when it comes to the divinity of His Imperial Majesty, a lot of people have a problem with seeing that no God in man, a man in God, That's the biggest problem. Like when Jesus Christ shot the earth years ago, that was the biggest problem also. Because people couldn't see the God in Him. People couldn't know that the word became flesh. So in this time, it's the same thing. The word became flesh and come through the conquer line of the tribe of Judah, King of Kings, and people have a problem with it. But I don't care. Truth is an offense, but not a sin, for me personally.
Yes, sorry. So I wanted to ask you, the first time you heard your voice through the radio, how was your feeling? How you felt?
Well, I never know I could flick till that day. You were flicking, you somersault flicking. I never know I could flick. I never know I could flick till that day. So you're supposed to know how I felt. It's a feeling, that feeling, I never felt a feeling before, And I don't know if I'm going to feel again. It was wonderful. It was a spectacle. I was so excited that we just start flick, we run, go to my house, we turn up the radio, we start jump, someone start on the bed, we just get really excited. We roll on the ground, we do all crazy type of things, man. I remember them telling me about 18, 19, so like 18, 19, I got 20, so we was young still, so it was wonderful. It was a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, man. Are you more like a pen and paper type of artist or freestyle?
Both. I can do both, I can write and I can freestyle. It's up to, depends on the vibe, The vibe determines everything. Sometimes you get a rhythm, the song come. Sometimes you get a rhythm, you have to sit and write it. Because, all right, for example, may I write a song, I have a song coming out. It's called Slave Plantation, because in Jamaica, the Queen Elizabeth is still head of state, even though people don't accept the reality. So I write a song about that. So to write a song like that now, I had to go and do some research, read some books, ask some questions, like ask Miguel Land some questions, listen to some programs. So that's how I get inspiration, But like a next song now, I can be at the studio and the rhythm playing and the vibe just come natural, you know what I mean? So it depends on the vibration, but the inspiration is always divine, because before I sing, and before I open my mouth, and before I even write a song, I always ask the Most High to let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted with Thy sight, and let the words be of you, not of me, because greater is He that is in I and I than is in the world. So that's how the inspiration always come forward, sister.
True. So when was your first tour?
My first tour was with Luciana, the messenger. maximum respect to Luciana. The first time I experienced what a tour is, I went to the States, United States of America. We did about 2 shows with in Canada with Master Griffiths, and Cocotte was on that leg also. So the first time touring was with Luciana in America, and first time experiencing the snow. So it was hectic, although it was fun, but it was hectic because imagine you had the 2 weeks, because it was a 2 weeks run. Enough respect to Mr. Copeland Forbes for that, organizing it. 2 weeks run, but every night was a show. Every single night there was a show. So the voice box was under pressure. You know, at the time I did a 30-minute set. You know, Luciana was headline, so opening for him, and I did a 30-minute set. So I learned a lot from being around Luciana. You know, from being around Luciana, I learned a lot in terms of.
He couldn't teach you to flip as well.
Yeah, but me start from the first time. I start flip, but Luciana flip natural. You know, my flip come out excitement and everything there, but while Luciana can flip anytime. You know, it's very attractive. Yeah, so you know, we learn a lot from him. You know, he's a man of very spiritual, and it strengthened my spirituality being around him. And in terms of how you present yourself, in terms of your dress code and everything, I'm always ensure say, yo, King, make sure say you're always militant, you know, when you represent this medicine. You know, cause remember, Haile Selassie get the best dressed king for 3 consecutive years. Best dressed head of state, so you have to know who you're representing. So we learn all of them things from Luciana. So from being around Luciana, I know say, yo, when it comes to presentation, when I'm on stage or where I'm presenting myself, I always try to be upful and royal and regal in every way.
True. Do you have a memorable moment that you had on stage, yard on abroad? Any memorable moment that you can remember?
Memory moment. I remember me there, memory moment. Jamaica say so much of them. Well, I see. I don't remember where I was. I think in Boston, America. I don't remember if it's in Europe. When I was singing, I see the people at the front of the stage start crying. You know, some girls will start crying. You know. Oh. So them things touch my heart. You know. So when I was singing, I see them crying. I think it was the song "All the Faith." I sing a song, "Although Times Are." Is that the "All the Faith" or "Rough Road"? And I see them start crying. I don't remember where, but I can remember the occasion. I think it was some Ethiopian women at the front. They were crying. Some young girls, you know, maybe the early 20s. So at the time, you know, so that I realized even more that music is not a play thing. Yeah, I realized the power of music. So I can't play music, and the work that I'm doing is very serious. So you know, it even confirmed my conviction more, and my strength and my faith is in His Majesty and the teachings of the Emperor.
For real, because music, it's so powerful. It can change people, meditation, life. I changed mine literally. I am not a singer, but everything in my life is about, you know,
music.
Yeah, music is just changed everything for me, you know.
Yeah, man. At this point in time, I love to take the time out to big up all those who paved the way for me. All those, so many names I can't call all of them. You know, I talk about the Wailers, Bob Marley, the Peter Touchy, Bunny Wailer, the Dennis Brown, the Garlic Silk, Black Uhuru.
I'm thanking you too, because you are keeping it very positive, and you're still keeping it very positive and very inspirational. Is your music, your lyrics are very touching. You know, a lot of your songs, you have to really listen to them and whoa, yeah, for real, you know, it's a deep meditation, you know, and honestly, it's like lately I feel so upset about how the music is going, you know, what is the influence out there, and it's like, oh my God, you know, we need more music like yours, you know, so you're one of the one as well who keep, you know, helping keeping it that way, you know.
I try my best, you know. I try my best. I'll praise this to the Most High, because what I always see is it's like a relay, you know. A relay is running, so the baton has been passed to me. So I try my best to do the best I can, so when I can pass the baton to someone else, so they can keep doing the same thing that our foreparents have been doing for years, you know. So you know, Fredlocks gave me a scepter, a red, gold, and green scepter, and he told me that youth carry on the work. So when he gave me that scepter, you know, Fredlocks, you know, me take it very serious. Me say, what? The man I sing Black Starline, and is a great Rasta man I look up to, because he's one of my mentors too. So when you give me that scepter, I say, yo, I can't play the work. So when I'm doing my music, and not just in music, but in my day-to-day life, liberty, we try to exemplify that positiveness and the positive energy, and try to make people know that, you know, I try to change people's mind and life just by my presence, whether by music or my presence physically. I try to be an impact on people in a positive way, you know?
True, because you have a responsibility, you know. Music is so powerful that you guys have a responsibility to deliver positive message, you know. Yeah, man.
Yes, I.
Yeah, of course. You see what's happening with the youths them out there right now when they listen to the wrong set of stuff out there. So we don't want that to happen, you know. We need to fight for, you know, roots and culture and, you know,
Yes,
positive
yes.
meditations, of course. That's what my program is all about, you know. It's
That's
speaking of
good. That's very good, man.
the reggae music the way it's supposed to be, you know. We don't want to lose that, you know.
No, don't want to lose the culture.
Even because,
I must,
yes, sorry, go ahead.
no, I say I must come in and what you're doing, you know. We need more people like you to promote the positive vibration, you know, because that's
True.
all. We have people in the media, people, we as artists, producers, people in the media, we all have to contribute. We all have to play our part to make this world a better place. So what you are doing, enough respect, maximum respect, and
I'm
thank you
trying, you
for
know.
the good vibration. You know?
Yes, give thanks. You know, I always been behind the scene, and
All
I
right.
said to myself, it's time to step up because it's kind of getting away. You know, and I want to be part of, you know, someone who try and protect this. You know what I
Yes,
mean.
no, that's what I'm
Reggae
doing. I'm doing the
music,
same thing.
you know,
Yes,
reggae music gave so much to me that I need to give back something. You know, yeah,
yes,
man.
yes, definitely.
Real.
For real, man, for real, for real.
Yes,
And you're doing a great job, so keep up the great works.
oh yes, give thanks. Give thanks.
May the most I continue to bless you, you know, abundantly,
That's
and
right.
keep on inspiring you and bless your family. May your food basket never go empty, also, you know.
True. You're one same way, you know. Yeah, I keep listening to your music. You have some new tunes. I think you just released them, right?
Yes,
There's
yes, yes,
one of those that particularly hit me. The one they called Black Kills Black, I believe.
yes.
Man, it's
That's a
you
powerful one.
know. Yeah, it's powerful because it's the reality out there, man. That's why.
Yes, that's a big song. That song is
Yeah.
produced by Catwood and Rootzwarrior Production. Ross Brando was the one who was responsible for the composition of that song. And that song was really, because you see what's going on in the world, you know, through the residue of slavery and all them things, it affects I and I as a people. So me just tell you them, say, yeah, go on, you see the fighting against each other. You can't continue to blame people really for misfortune and them thing, you know. His Majesty, all Africa shall be free and all wounds shall be healed. So what we are saying now as Rasta, we are saying, here go on, people. Remember your great legacy, you know, your history, you know. Even before slavery, we were great people doing great things and setting great example. We were like the light of the world. So the fighting against each other, we must cut it out, stop it. Focus that energy on building and uplifting the brother, uplifting the sister. You know, yeah, man. That's what that song is all about. You know the African royalty, African beauty. You know, black a kill black. Why that? To stop it. You know, it's not good. I don't like seeing it. You know, it's one of the biggest burden we have as a people. You know, to be honest. You know, yeah, because I'm gonna say, you know, the Willie syndrome impacted the mind. Some people think them better than some because of the complexion, because of the ear texture, because a lot of things where you come from, the environment you come from, but we are equal in the side of the most side, no matter where you come from, you know. So we
The
have to just
world is
empower
going
these.
crazy. The world is going crazy because even between white people, it's the same thing, you know. It's just
Yeah,
it's a constant hate, you know. And it
I know,
doesn't
I know.
matter where you're from. It's not even with any more black, white, or whatever. It's everything, you know. It's
Yes, true.
people hate people. You know what I mean? It's just too much sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man,
We need to watch out.
that's why we always point the people them to His Majesty, you know. We always point the people them in the direction of Haile Selassie. So he is the solution. He has a solution. So if you study his life and his teachings, you know, I'm confident that he will point you in the right direction. You know, point you in the right direction so you can make this world a better place, you know, for all races, as a matter of fact, because, you know, His Majesty is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering land of the tribe of Judah. So, you know, he was a head of state for Ethiopia still, you know, and so the message of His Majesty, you know, was for everyone, especially the African community, but it's for everyone. Until the philosophy, which will one race superior and another inferior, you know, until they're no longer first and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin, Our woman's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes or her eyes. We have no peace. So them teachings is like how you read the teachings of Christ or teachings of the Bible is to me very sacred.
Yeah, man, it's powerful, powerful, powerful being. Yes. So I wanted to ask you if you do have a favorite song of yours.
But that's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. Why it depends on the mood. Kind of you have to see my children, no matter who produce them in terms of production, all my songs come like my children, them, you know, because they come out of the womb, you know, and most I inspire them right up on the table of my heart. But all of
Then
them
I will help you
can't.
then. Let's see.
Which
Let's
one? Which one?
change the question a bit.
Yeah.
When you are performing, do you have a favorite song to perform that you feel like the way the audience, you know, responds
Can't get
is
me down.
like, yeah,
Love, you see, can't get me love, can't get me down. You know, some of them can't get me down.
yeah.
Yeah, cause that's sentimental to me, you know, mean a lot to me, you know, cause you know, vipers out there want to see you fall. So we just remind them, say, yo, go on. I praise the one who wears the crown. When it comes to like love songs, I like the song about you know, boy, put me on the spot. But you sing the song about I sing another love song. When a man loves a woman, he treats her good. When a man loves a woman, he treats her right. When a man loves a woman like the way that he should, she should never be unkind. You know, man to man is unjust. I know who to trust. I need my woman in my life to keep my focus. No time to fight and fuss. Let us put your first. He will direct us. I'm not afraid to tell you that I love you. I'm not ashamed to, you know, them songs, you know, them songs that make goosebumps full my body, you know?
I know all the songs, man. For me, it would be very difficult to pick one
Yeah,
of
all of them nice. All
from,
nice.
from you. All of your songs are so
Never
good.
go to pagan, go Shuba Shuberta Suman, Melody in my voice, Jaizal. There's so much, my love, you know, but so much. And
Your catalog is
sometimes,
massive, man.
yes, thank you, man, thank you. Some places that I go, some songs are more popular than some. Like when I go to
Yeah,
Japan,
of
it's a
course,
song
of
called,
course. And
yes,
everybody
yes.
have, might have a favorite one, depends on the
Some
feeling.
people like all the,
You know?
some people like all the faith, some people like Rough Road, you know, My Life, different songs, you know, Sarah?
Yeah, man. I hear you, man. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, different songs. Loud and clear. Can you hear loud and clear?
True. So I know that Obama have you on his playlist or at least he declared that you were one of of his favorite artists. So how that make you feel?
It made me feel like the first time I heard my song, I think, you know, the first time I heard my song on radio, it's the same type of feeling. You know, it's wonderful, man. It's great. All
Big
praises to the
effort,
Most High
man.
because, you know,
A big
yeah,
thing.
big. Kind of the
Come on.
first black president of America, yeah, mentioned me as one of his favorite artists and Virtuous Woman as one of his favorite songs. It's that's I cannot pay for that, man. That's a all right.
For real.
That no, when Obama said that, it's like just saying to me, say youth. It's when I saw that and I heard that, it's like just saying to me, youth, you're on the right track. Don't watch it hype. Don't watch who I run the place or who I run around the place or who I hype up. You're on the right path because leaders, great leaders of the world are listening to your music. So that's how I felt, you know, that's how I feel up to this day. You know, I feel inspired. It's wonderful. Big up Barack Obama and his family. His beautiful family.
Yeah, man. But you had many recognition through your career, and I mean that is impressive. I believe you had I think it was the Marcus Garvey
Yes, award. Yes,
award, and but one particular thing is kind of I find it very interesting that you have your own Warrior King Day in America.
Yes.
How
Yes,
that
America.
happened? What did you do?
But I tell you, it's like big up Ras Jomo, you know, on this one because Ras Jomo, alongside Leslie, organized a show in Buffalo, New York. So I went to do the show, you know, and when I was performing, I think I was singing a song, Ain't Giving Up, one of my songs, one of my favorite songs, Ain't Giving Up. And when I was singing that song, in the middle of the performance, Mr. Byron Brown, that's the mayor of Buffalo, you know, he came and gave me the presentation and said every June 11th, that was 2017. He said, but June 11th is Warrior King Day, so that's an honor, man. I don't even come from New York, you know, and I got that blessing, so it's an honor, you know, that I
It
cherish
just felt
dearly.
good. It just felt so good.
Yeah, man. If I could flick, I would flick that day, you know. But we know so we can't flick. Yeah, man. I tell you, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
You know, just you see, I'm tell you, when those things happen to me, the way I analyze it is like the most I just say to me, say, youth, you're on the right track. Don't watch your hype,
You
don't watch
must,
nothing.
man. You must.
Yeah, that's how I really embrace them things, you know. Just give praises and just know say, just see that I'm doing good things, and you know, good things don't go unheard or unnoticed, you know.
True, true, true. Yeah, man. So, in your opinion, how reggae music is going now? Is it safe? The one drop reggae beat? Is it, you know, what do you think about all of these fusions?
Now, what I think about is a lot of people coming into reggae music and not use it. They don't know the root of music. They don't know reggae music. For me, first, I must say, reggae music is the king's music. It's not a music where I sing about under woman. It's not a thing where I sing about gun violence. Reggae music is a divine music for me as a reggae artist. And I learned this from Bob Marley and for the forerunners before me because I watch interviews. I even speak to some of them now currently. Reggae music is about spreading the Rastafari teachings. It's about redemption music. It's about liberating music. It's about uplifting music. Reggae music is healing music. So a lot of people come into reggae music for the commercial success of it. So those type of people now kind of corrupt the music in a sense, you know. A lot of people put on dreadlocks and them not even say Rastafari, them not even say nothing about Haile Selassie. And they come into the music and exploiting it and using it, you know, but you know, it's
But
very sad.
apart from the Rastafari part, because obviously even back in the days you had a lot of singers that they were singing on a reggae, you know, rhythm, but not maybe talking about anything about Rasta, but the beat itself was still authentic, right? And now I see a lot of this fusion mix up, and it's like to me we're losing as well the authentic reggae beat, which is very sad to me. I don't know.
But to be honest, saRas, to be honest to you, there's a lot of artists and producers who are producing the authentic thing in Jamaica and around the world. You understand? But sometimes they're not being heard as much as the fusion, which I have no problem with the fusion. I just most time I don't really the message still. But you see, the authentic reggae sound and the reggae feel is still being made and produced in Jamaica and around the world, as I said before. But sometimes the radio stations are not playing it. Because sometimes, like if I, for example, like when me live in Jamaica, and me carry my music to a certain station in Jamaica where reggae music was birthed, them tell us that the music too slow. They don't play slow music. That's what they tell me. I don't want to call the name of the disc
No,
jockey.
I
don't
get you already.
I don't call the name of the radio station either. But they tell me personally, say they don't play slow music. And that was very disrespectful and surprising to me.
Yeah, it
You know
is
what I mean?
very disrespectful. Not only for you. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you're disrespecting the whole, the whole generation of
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of people like myself go through the same thing. So it's very sad. But people like I, like you, saRas, and a lot of people who are preserving the authenticness of reggae music, the message and the music aspect of it too. You know, people are doing it, man, and them loving it. Same way. You see, have some of the younger youth, some of the authentic thing too. So we give thanks. But if I miss about music, you know, just give it the words. Sorry, just give it the words. So blessed are those who publish it. So if we have different genres of music where people might take on to, nothing is wrong. When them fuse and them call it chopper, them call it whatever them call it, you know, Afrobeat. But you see, the thing for me personally is a message because the message is most important,
yeah,
you know?
definitely, yes.
Yeah, you know, but me personally, is a roots man. So my art, they wish for the roots music, that's still, that's my art beat. That's how the foundation where I stand upon. You know, so I understand the sentiment that you're talking about, you know? But, you know, I go over evil sky. You see the root, you see some trees. I know you see the trees behind me. I think it's a guava tree or ackee tree behind me, right?
Yes. You made me jealous for that.
You see people cut down the leaf and the branch and everything. You see, once the root there, it will grow back again. So we have nothing to worry about.
Yes, well, I hope so. I hope so.
No, man, don't hope, man. No, so, man. Just no.
Well,
we have nothing to worry.
We keep promoting and do the work on our side, you know. So
yes.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what we have to do. Keep on pushing and keep on doing the right thing. Because many are called for your chosen. So, you know, it just take a few for start a fire, you know. Just take a few of us to start the fire. Once the fire started to spread, so we have nothing to worry about. We have to continue doing what we do and being the light of the world, because His Majesty is the
It
light
is
of the world. So
something
we
that I personally feel it because, as I mentioned to one of your colleagues already, coming from Italy, so Europe, for me it's like I was so amazed about reggae music coming from Jamaica. This little island has its own music, like the placed Jamaica in the world. You know what I mean? It's like you guys have such a amazing history, and reggae is a big thing for you. We don't want that to disappear. You know what I mean?
But what you have to look, it's a Babylon at work, You have to understand that, Sarah. Babylon system orchestrating a lot of things, turning the youth's mind from the consciousness of reggae music, because all the youths in Jamaica, like with the dancehall thing, a lot of the youths who do dancehall now, it's like they want to be like Americans, them bleaching them face, them doing, and the type of songs they're singing, them singing lifestyle they don't even live. You understand? All these flashy things, sometimes they're in the videos with rent vehicles and they're portraying a type of image to the youths, so the youths are inspired and influenced by them type of things. So I just see it as Babylon orchestrating it because they know the power of reggae and they know the Jamaican populace are very instrumental in the liberation process. So they're trying to what they call now? They're trying to inoculate and indoctrinate the youths with the negativity and the type of lifestyle. So they try to drift them away from the roots, So that's what's going on. But few are here doing it and we're doing it good, and it will come spring up again, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So no need to worry. I see Bob Marley.
Thank you for reassuring me.
Bob Marley, Burning Spear, the Abyssinians, Black Uro, Ijaman Levi, Fred Locks, Luciana, and a lot of them set the trend and set a solid foundation. So when a solid foundation is set, nothing can move it. Like what Maddie said, a house built on granite. Listen, I want the people who are watching, listen this. A house built on granite and strong foundation. Not even the onslaught of pouring rain, gushing torrents, with strong winds will be able to pull it down. So no matter what they do, they can't shake the roots. The roots are the roots, and Rastafari stand tall, and the reggae music stand up, no matter what.
Yes, I give thanks for the words of strength, Yeah, man.
Yes, man, you're welcome.
So to say to finalize our conversation, I would like you to tell us any project that you have coming.
Well, we have a song now on an Afrobeat rhythm. And that Afrobeat, I tell you about that one now, because that's the point to the message. I have to tell you about that, sister Sarah. You see, that it's a collaboration with a Ghanaian artist. She's a more Afrobeat type of singer. So the producer,
I heard the song, yes.
Yeah, Leslie Ann, it's called African Love, right? So Leslie Ann link up with Kraba, and Kraba give me this rhythm and played it for me. It was an Afrobeat rhythm, but me yet have the Ghana phrase night. So I'm telling me about this sister from Ghana named Miss B, which was very talented. She's very talented from where she's from. She's very popular in her country, in Ghana and Africa. So I said, yes, it's nice. I want to fuse with the African people and African community. Even if I go up on the type of rhythm, but I still go with the same message. So that's how the song started out, and our collaborator did my part, she did her part, and it came to be a beautiful song with a beautiful message, So that's one of the projects we have out now, is a single out right now called African Love, produced by Carba Genius Production. It's doing very well. We have a song called One Perfect Love, which is produced by Jimmy Swift Production, and Dr. Mechanic, who's a producer behind the song. He passed away recently, so I must send my condolences to his family, his friends, and his team, So that's the next beautiful song. The song Black Kill Black is the next beautiful song by Calibut. And I have one coming out, one you're going to love. It's called Skank. That's the authentic reggae music. That one is produced by Virtuous. I say you smile. It's when you hear it now, you're going to take off the hat and shake your locks, because you're going to love that one.
Then you should give me a little gift.
I don't want producer something up and put it out yet. You want to do something. But I love to give a piece, but it's like how you're smiling and you're happy now. It's like how you're smiling now, Sarah, and you're happy and you're smiling and you look bright and beautiful. That's how the song gonna make you feel, and all the people listen to the song. So that's gonna be a next song coming. That's gonna be a next Warrior King song coming out on the Vertex label, coming out very soon. And to be honest, right now we're putting together the video, so we want to put it out with the video at the same time. So that's what I want to. That's if not really want to sneak it out with a gear piece.
No
One
problem,
thing we can tell you,
no
it's
problem.
called Skank.
I'll keep the
It's gonna make you dance.
excitement.
Praise Jah. Again, a piece. Just a little line again. Praise Jah. Praise him in the dance. Praise him in the sky. Just a little piece. That's not alone we can give. That's just the intro, right?
A teaser. You give me a teaser.
It's a beautiful song.
Yes,
yeah. So when you hear the full thing, it's beautiful. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful.
True. So, can I ask you now a couple of questions? Nothing to do with music.
No problem.
Right. So
no problem, man.
What's Warrior King favorite food?
Favorite food. I tell you Aki, you know, but I don't want to get jealous. I want to come forward to Jamaica. I tell you Aki. I love Aki, and I tell you favorite food. I love food. Yeah, we see Aki by your hand, right? Aki see the right way. I love Aki. I love little man with us of the vegan food. I love the natural food. I love smoothies. I love my favorite food. I'm gonna say now. My favorite food. Why? I have to say I love Aki, and sometimes Aki with all some calm me nice. Aki and sweet potato. Aki and roast breadfruit. More time prefer when it's fried too. So Aki and breadfruit, you know, with a fry or roast. That's one of my favorite meal. You know?
Yeah,
yes.
Man, I agree. As you can see, I agree with the Aki. Yeah, man. So
nice one.
What's Warrior King favorite hobby?
I love playing Ludi. I love reading one and playing Ludi. See Ludi board behind you for the wall. Anytime you link up, we can play a game of Ludi.
Yeah,
I'm impressed with the play, man. It's like a religious thing, man. We play a lot of Ludi and read a lot of books. So swimming sometime at the river, like it's swimming at the river, playing Ludi and reading books. You know, those are my hobbies. You know.
Yeah, man. That's river. Oh my God, man! Don't even mention it.
Tell you, man. I live close. I live in the hills in Jamaica. I live in St. Elizabeth, so there's a lot of river near to me. I live in St. Elizabeth, so enough river we can go swim. Wow. So we get a lot of rain now. The river kind of have a color still, so we're waiting till it ease up a little bit, you know.
Okay, where about in St. Elizabeth you live?
I live near to Black River, near to New Market side. You know Wyeth Falls, about Wyeth Falls?
Not really, actually.
When you come to Jamaica, you have to come Wyeth Falls. I live maybe about 5, 7, 8 minutes from Wyeth Falls, not far. So I live near to Mega Quarters, near to Black River, near to New Market. You know, I'm close to those areas. If you know any of those places.
I'll come and visit you.
Whitehall.
Yeah, man. You show,
yeah, man, no problem,
man.
No,
show me some rivers.
Problem.
Yeah, man. For real.
Yeah, and beaches too, you know.
So you say
where I'm sitting.
Yes. What did you say?
Where I'm sitting is the back of my. I'm sitting at the back of my house, so I have a lot of fruit trees. You know, ackee tree, guava tree, lime tree, breadfruit tree, sneezeberry tree. We have all different type of fruits. Lime, lemon, all different type of thing. You know?
Is it mango season yet? Or it's gone?
No, we have mango season now. We have a lot of mangoes out now. Ooh. It's mango season. East Indian mango, Julie mango, number 11, common mango, blacky mango, mango, that's the mango. Mango.
So since you say you love to read book, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book is Utterances of His Imperial Majesty. Utterances of His Imperial Majesty, and we can say maybe Philosophies and an Opinion of Marcus Garvey. Those two books are my favorite book. And the Bible is one of the Bible, I must say first and foremost, the Bible is one of my most important books. You know? Yeah, a chapter there, you learn from over 12 chapter Israel. You know, read a chapter there, you know. Prophet Gad and Fred Locks always tell me that, and brother followed. So we read the Bible, study from start to finish. You know, the teachings of His Majesty, Philosophies of Opinion of Marcus Garvey. Those books are the 3 key books for me.
For real.
But I must say, I read and examine all things and choose and follow the good. I read everything I can get on, whether the newspaper, any farmer book, you know,
of course,
any farmer book. But those 3 books are the main books for me.
Yeah, man. So Warrior King, I really, really thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. We could go on and on all day long, but I know you're busy as well. Yeah, man,
No, give thanks.
it was a pleasure, man. If you just can tell us, where they can find you online, and if
Yeah.
you want to get hold of you.
No problem, no problem. So people want to find me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Warrior King 9, number 9 for perfection. It's Warrior King 9, 9 for perfection. Facebook, you can just type in Warrior King and Warrior King pop up. I have on Instagram also Roots Warrior Production. That's a page. It's very young, but that's one of my pages. Roots Warrior Production. Roots with a Z. People want to get me for bookings. It's the email is rootzwarriormusic@gmail.com. Roots with a Z. Rootzwarriormusic@gmail.com. Link up Leslie. She management and everything, right? So that's it.
I'm gonna put a little notification.
Yes, you want me to sing a song for you before I leave? You want
Of
me to sing a song for the
course, of
listeners?
course.
Which song? Any song of your choice, I sing for you.
So then let's go with the Black Kill Black. Let's leave with this.
Black kill black, our that. Fighting one another when the same color we got. Black kill black, our that. Black man don't get caught in a Babylon trap. Black kill black, our that. Fighting one another when the same color we got. Black kill black, our that. They don't know their purpose, it's like they forgot. Hey, black man are the first civilization. We are the teachers that taught all nations. A black man is the king of all kings. And in every kingdom there was a black king. Hey, Melchizedek, Melelek, the first and second, Mansa Musa, David, King Solomon, Lalibela, Selassie, the Almighty One, the first archaeologist, the Moorish man, the rule the air, sea, and land. Hey, wise up, black man and black woman. Unity is strength, let us live as one. Jano, I don't like the situation. Black kill black, our that, fighting one another when the same color we got. Bless the love.
Boom. Give thanks, man. I appreciate love it for real, man.
Rastafari.
Yeah, man. So all the best for your, career, life, everything,
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Respect to your wife as well. Yes,
Yes.
And, hope to see you, in flesh soon,
Yes, sir.
Maybe in Jamaica, who knows?
Yes, true. Watch your world.
Yeah, man. Thank
you for having me, and blessings to your family too. Blessing the children, the king man, everyone, right?
Will do.
I love the picture. I love the picture in the background. It's so beautiful. That painting of his imperial.
I know. Big up the artiste. She's a
What's her
French.
name?
Well, I couldn't say the name, but she's a French lady. I got this as a present for my birthday, from another French girl. Yes.
What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
October 17.
Oh, so you're Libra.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah, bless the love. Them say you come bless the love, man. Respect, man. It's nice, happy birthday when it comes, right?
Give thanks, man. Give thanks. For real.
All right. Bless up, man. Thank you for having me, all right?
No problem. Give thanks for your time, for real.